to this guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Let's begin by taking a deep breath in through the nose and gently releasing it out of the mouth. Just relax. You are right here. The plans, the engagements, the problems. Let them be in the future. And for this moment, give yourself permission to be completely here and now. Free from all problems, all tasks, free from the story of you. The story of me. Simply here. And that's all. Now, I want you to deliberately think about the person you are. Just think about all the things that make you, you. Think about your personality, your goals. The types of things that make you happy or sad. And even things like your identity, your political association, your race, your nationality, your gender. What makes you, you? Now, bring your attention to the body. Just kind of drop down into the sensation of the body. Noticing body sensations like emotions, pressure, temperature, just the direct experience of the body. You can kind of scan all the way from the top of your head, slowly down through the neck and into the upper chest, gently down through the solar plexus into the lower belly, to the legs, to the knees, and then to the toes. Just a gentle acknowledgement of what it is like to take up space as a body. Now, right here, without going to thoughts, without thinking about it, does this experience right now tell you anything about your political beliefs? Or your age? What about your race? Gender? What about this experience of the body tells you anything about what you were thinking about earlier? What made you you? Notice how this direct experience doesn't include the things we normally attach to it. In order to attach things like belief systems, politics, opinions, there has to be thinking. Something else has to be introduced. So if we just come back to this place of what we are, what we really are, there's no name. No distinction. Just this. And recognize how what we discover right here is true of everything else. So don't be this or that. Just be. We, if you were here for the course, the 30 days of meditation we did in January, you may recognize this practice. We did this during that, which was really great, I thought. It's a good one to come back to. Because it's kind of a direct reminder of our inseparability of all things, of all people, of all places, everything. And it's as simple as just experiencing what you experience. The label of that experience happens later. I'm a good person. I'm a bad person. I like this kind of thing. I don't like this kind of thing. She's not very cool. I don't like her. It's all thinking. All of it. And boy, do we suffer because of it, don't we? Not only do we suffer in our own lives, because we'll say things like, well, we don't do this. The brain will say this. I really messed up my life. I'm not a very good person. There's no redeeming me. Those stories, it's thinking. Those stories are very powerful to us, and they can cause a lot of suffering or a lot of peace too. It depends on the story. But what's important here is that this practice shows us that we're not really better or worse than anyone. That because we can see that in ourselves, that's immediately true of everyone else. That you behind the screen are just as worthy of love and kindness as anyone else. And I made this point during the 30 days, and it actually became slightly controversial. I think there was people were saying that, well, not everybody deserves kindness. Not everybody deserves love. And there's two things I want to say about that. And if you agree with that, that's okay. First, that sentiment, you think of the worst person to doing the worst things, and you say, they don't deserve my kindness, they don't deserve my love, is a confusion. Because that stems from a place of hatred or dissatisfaction within your own heart. This practice allows us to really be free. And if we judge others in a way that's uncompassionate, even if I don't think that's a word, but even if they're the worst of the worst, our love and kindness still can go to them. How else are we going to have a world that's more loving and kind if we have people who are still saying, well, no, well, some people don't deserve it? There's a great quote by Thomas Merton who said, and I'm getting this slightly wrong, I mean, it's not perfect, but he said, our job is to love others. It is not to judge whether or not others are worthy of our love. That's not our job. Because as human beings, of course, there are horrible people out there. Of course, people do horrible, horrible things. And we can hate the action. We can dislike what happens, that ignorance and evilness, or whatever you may call it, has entered the world and made monsters out of people. But to think that the person is a monster that's worthy of hatred, I don't know if that's a healthy way of thinking of it. And I don't know, maybe this comes from just practice. You just grow a compassion for those, even those who are evil. There was when was it? I think it was China invaded Tibet. Um, they, no, I haven't verified this. I'll verify everything I say. Don't take anything I say as truth. But some of these monks that were captured by the Chinese, they were tortured. And some of them, I think once they were rescued from their torturer, they were interviewed, and I think one of them said that the biggest worry that these Buddhist monks had was losing their sense of compassion towards their torturer. Now, we in the West, that's not our style. We're like, no, that guy did this. He deserves this. They deserve to go to hell. They deserve to die. And trust me, I get that, and I agree in a lot of ways. Some people deserve punishment, 100%, and justice. But the feeling I have, the sense of compassion, doesn't end. It doesn't have to. I don't have to be around certain people. We don't have to associate with certain people. But we don't have to throw them out of your heart. That's the worst thing you can do to anyone. It's worse for you. It's to throw somebody out of your heart. Now trust me, it sounds all grandiose. And maybe I'm just speaking from my own experience. I could be wrong. But the more I practice, the more I let go of this story, the more I just see it's like hurricanes and tornadoes. I don't hate hurricanes and tornadoes, even though they, cause a lot of damage. I don't hate them necessarily though, right? They're just a fact of nature. In the same way with people, I see them like as sometimes as a hurricane or tornado. It's like, what's there to hate? It's ignorance, and only love and compassion will change it, not more hatred. So this is a long way of saying, don't throw people out of your heart. It's not worth it for you, as hard as that may be. And I know this is a legitimately corny subject, so... Oh, one more thing. So I've been talking a lot about Patreon, or I've mentioned it. And yes, Patreon is coming. And I have a few ideas of what I want on Patreon. I'll tell you a few right now. One, longer meditations, hour-long meditations. A lot of you have been asking for that. Two, live practices and Q&As. So we can have a little Zoom link, and then we all get together and practice together, and then do a little talk afterwards, or a Q&A afterwards. Access to other things like a little behind the scenes stuff, or maybe a video that I'm working on that's a little more specialized that I could bring out, that you have early access to. Yeah, I think there's more. Anyway, but what I would love to hear is from you, those who've watched this particular meditation. In the comments, maybe tell me some of the things you want to see in a Patreon, if you're interested in it. I'm trying to get a gauge on what people are really looking for, and I would love to just help any way I can, and make that as useful to you as much as I can. So anyway, don't throw people out of your heart, as hard as that may be. Thank you for your time and your attention, and I hope you have a great weekend full of presence and compassion, and I'll see you Monday.